Hi, everybody. I'm Maddie, and welcome back to Off the Clock for episode 19. We're here with Lucas from the Bonnie's Track and Field and Cross Country team.
So I'm Lucas. I'm a junior on the cross country and track team. I'm from Vestal, New York. It's in the Binghamton area. I'm a public health major, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to having this episode. Thanks to Madison for having me on, and yeah, hopefully we learn more about life outside track and what it's like to be an athlete here.
What originally got you into long distance running, and what kept you with it through high school into Division One?
Yeah, so I was always fast. Like when I was in elementary school, I would always run some like fast like miles or 2 miles. So I kind of knew I was talented there. I always liked baseball. I always thought baseball was going to be my thing, but my parents did. They forced me. They were like, when I was in seventh grade, they were like, you should run cross country. You'll be good at it. So I was like, and then they really convinced me that hey, it'll help you get better at baseball. And I'm like, all right, fine, I'll run. And I could start to tell by about freshman year of high school that I was good at it. I got pulled up at the end of the season for like the postseason, and so um, yeah. Then just when I was still good at baseball though, so I really wanted to stick baseball out. But then it just got to a point by like my junior year when I realized like maybe I could really go somewhere with this, and I did, and I took off and eventually made the decision to leave baseball my senior year, which was tough, but then I just was really able to break through actually running track instead of being just a cross country runner. So I'd say I made the right decision. I've learned to love running the same way I love baseball, and it's no regrets. It's been great.
What's something people don't understand about being a D1 athlete?
People don't understand that your sport is still just a fraction of your life. Like a lot of people when they go Division One for their sport, you think like, okay, yeah, that's what they do. Like they're just gonna be running, and then like they really do fail to consider like the fact that I still take as many classes as everybody else. Um, like I still deal with like the same like daily stressors, with just a few more with my sport than everybody else. Like I still kind of want the same things out of this that everybody else at school does, but just running's just part of what I have, and that's a great thing. Like even though it's more, it is it's so fulfilling. I can't complain at all, and but yeah, I guess in terms of what people don't understand is like I'm still just one of you guys. That's really all there is to it, and I'm lucky enough to have found this place and found a team where I can use my running talents
Yeah.
to like put on for the school, I guess.
How would you describe the culture of the men's distance group here at Bonna's?
Ooh, it's really, 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 really good. Like that's the best way I can put it. I mean, yeah, the distance squad this cross country season was a strong showing for us. We had a lot of guys step up late in the season, and then that kind of just gave everyone some confidence that like we had like a new group kind of step up into that role that like when I was a freshman, it was guys who are gone now, and then I think it kind of there was a brief period where it was like everyone was hesitant, like they didn't understand like that's their role now. And so to see everyone kind of go and take that was amazing. Like I loved it. And then it's really translated into this outdoor track season with the 5K guys all running in the mid 15s. It's been great to see. Oh yeah, they're up there ahead of me now. I found my niche down in the 800, but no, I mean training with them, like the whole mindset's just different. Like they really have figured it out. Our coach really set us up for success. Indoor season, like it was a little bit of a rougher patch, but then once the weather got warm, once we were able to get outside, like I think a lot of guys really found it. And yeah, it's just one of those teams where like, despite having like 6 guys up there in the 5K that are all like tight competing like for conference championship spots, like nobody's rooting against each other. Like everybody just wants to see each other get better. And those are the sort of teams that they are hard to come by. There will be like a lot of animosity, especially when you put like a lot of the guys who get here, they got a big ego. They were all that in high school. They want to go and be the best guy on their team. I think at certain points people did feel that way, but now we're just at the point where that's out the window. Like we're just in it for each other. Like we don't really care about anything else, and just besides like seeing the best that we can do out of ourselves.
What's a personal goal you've set for yourself that goes beyond the times and the results of a race?
End of my sophomore year, I kind of realized that like I'm brief. I don't really know how to describe it, but I was like, man, I'm not an underclassman anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about the guys who we just sent off that were seniors. When I came in as a freshman, they were the juniors. So they were like guys I looked up to for 2 years. And I realized like, that's me now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I've done my best to do that sort of job with the class below me, even as a sophomore. Just trying to keep a lot of guys, like, whether it be keeping them honest and accountable or just giving them that confidence back that I feel like they don't have. I always just try and be there for the younger guys. And that's something that, like, if I can contribute that, then I'm just going to make the team around me so much better. And so, like, if that can be a contribution I make, then that's great. Like, I can still, like, take care of my running and whatnot. But by the time you're a junior, you kind of figure out, like, the reason that we do things, or, if that makes sense.
It does. By the time you were a freshman, you were like, why are they telling me this? Why are these the rules? Why are you warning me before I go ahead? Now you know.
Yeah, exactly. And so just kind of explaining like how that process works and why there is a certain specific way that we go about things that might not make sense for your first year, and just like helping people kind of come to understand that and trust themselves to be able to make it work in this system is something that I feel like for me, like I've tried to make that a goal of mine, and I like to think I've done a pretty good job at it.
What has been your most challenging race so far in the 3 years you've been here, and how did you push through it?
Ooh, there are a lot of challenging races. For me, like my indoor season's always been tough. Just because you come off cross country, you get so fit, you take some time off, and you're running on the treadmill all the time. Like, it's not as fun, and like your discipline really has to carry you through that. I'd say my most challenging race, probably a 3K I ran this season at my season opener at Bucknell. It was a frustrating race. I ran slow. I ran not too slow, but I was like almost 15 seconds off my PR. And I just like didn't know why, because I thought I was more fit than that. And I was like, what the heck? Like, why did that all just kind of fall apart? Like I said with the earlier comment about always being in season, I kind of was able to take a step back and be like, all right, this is the first race of indoor track. Like, we really cashed our chips in outdoor, and I still have plenty of indoor season left to improve. So I just think going in it with that mindset is what eventually got me. I did end up PRing in the 3K at the last race of the year, so that was good. And then I'd say I've had a solid outdoor season so far, and that sort of stuff, it starts in indoor. It starts in December, the stuff that we're doing right now. So I'd say that's just what pushes me through it. Just the fact that there's always another opportunity. You have to have short-term memory, whether it be good or bad, because
If you don't have a bad day, you're doing something wrong.
yeah, if you think you're too good, then you'll get humbled. So that's what it is.
Do you feel like being a student athlete has changed the way you approach time management or discipline in your everyday life?
Yeah, this sport, like, yeah, it just teaches you, I feel like, just a lot about life, for lack of a better word, because it teaches you that like you can't fake it. You can get away with a lot in high school, just outside of running. Just like, yeah, I could get really good grades in high school, and I know not everybody can say this, but I'm fortunate enough. I can get away with being like not a nice person, or like get good grades and look like a model student, but then like on the inside I kind of know that maybe I'm not doing the right thing all the time. You'll quickly get exposed for that, like both on this team and just in the NCAA landscape now. So I just think what I found is like, yeah, there are no shortcuts. It's a long process, and you have to go about it the right way. You really can't slack on any like little aspects if you really want to see the best out of yourself. Like, you can get by doing less, you'll get away with it, but you're really not going to see that like breakthrough that most guys will see at some point if they really stick to it. So yeah, it just, in terms of outside of running, it taught me like, don't take a shortcut, because it's not worth it, and
You're gonna get caught.
yeah, and
It won't pay off the way you want it to either.
and you're selling yourself short. That's all it is to it. So
Is this a team that really holds each other accountable to those standards?
Yeah, yeah. This team is good. I mean, we have weekly meetings, so we'll talk about our race. We'll talk about what's going well in the week, what's going wrong. Something I really like about our team though is that the praise is always as loud as the criticism. So, like, yes, we will call each other out if we're not doing something right, but then that next practice when it is done right or we see improvement, like, you'll hear the congratulations. So it's only like we only criticize, we only hold each other accountable because we believe in each other.
Yeah.
And I
You
try
have to be able to accept that.
yes. And like a lot of the younger guys, like our coaches, he's tougher on them, and they sometimes think that they don't like Coach Mac doesn't like them because he gets mad at them. And I'm like, no, he's only
trying to teach you something.
exactly. He's just setting the standard for you,
Yeah.
so that you can get better. And just getting over that initial like almost selfish reaction is very important, I think. And it's just allowed me to just be a lot more free on this team, like train freely, promote what we're doing, and understand what we're doing.
So you mentioned going on family trips growing up and through life. Which vacation has been your favorite?
I love going to Maine. So we go to this resort called Point Sebago. It's like a lake resort in the state of Maine. So very underrated state if you haven't been there. It's called Vacation Land for a reason. I just love it. Like we get this little trailer. It's really nothing nice at all. And my brother and I sleep in this little room with a bunk bed. There's another room where my parents stay, like a tiny kitchen, tiny little table, couch, and then you're outside all day. So it's just beautiful there, right on the lake. Like you still have sand and rocks, but then like it's like the trees are they're like beautiful to me. Like there's pine trees like lining the water. It's always been so nice. Then when I was little, it was just fun because like all my grandparents and cousins would be there. And so like they don't live close to me. They're from Long Island. So like when we can all get, like, it's the only time that I'm really with all of them for a week straight, like uninterrupted. So that's probably like really why I like it so much. But also like I've been going to that place for literally 20 years, which is as old as I am. Yeah, I've always just loved that place, like playing wiffle ball with my cousins and even my grandma. And so like we get a golf cart there too. My grandpa drives us around, so it's fun. It's a good time.
Do you think that's gonna stay a family tradition? That you're gonna try it?
Yes, it has to. Like, yeah, like I mean, yeah, I think as long as my parents continue to go, which I'm pretty sure they will, like they love that place, that yeah, I think I'm gonna keep going there.
How did those experiences with your family shape who you are today?
My family really just emphasized like being together at certain points, like no phones at the dinner table, you like be home for dinner, like that sort of stuff, which I mean, I always like appreciated it like at the end of when I was in high school and like now when I go home. But I think like now that I can kind of project that sort of, I guess, like culture on the team, it's just allowed me to be like a lot more inclusive and like just like value people's time more and like value the time that we have with one another. Cause yeah, that's something my parents definitely did a good job with, like even just like playing cards, just forcing us to be off our phones and just be present with one another here and there. That time, like, unfortunately does come to an end. So just like our time with the team here will. So just like kind of seeing the parallels there and getting the best out of what you have while you have it. I guess that's really like the key takeaway that I get from being able to spend all that time with my family.
It's a weird feeling, isn't it? You don't understand how much something affects you until you're put into a different environment where not everybody grew up in the same household and you're going, what do you mean you don't eat dinner together?
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't do that?
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many people who don't, and so then you kind of got to make that your new culture.
Yeah.
But we've definitely seen our fair share of sports teams eating dinner together, and they travel in pods. I say it every episode, but you all do.
I feel like our team's pretty quiet.
But you can point them out. But you can find them. We saw you eating dinner last night. I was like, oh, and there's Lucas.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well.
And then I just started looking, and I was like, track backpack, track backpack, track backpack.
Those are some of the best memories, though. I mean, like, genuinely coming back.
Travel in pods.
When we come back from practice, like we just all like we just all like exhaust ourselves. We're all like 10 miles deep on the day. Like you come to the dining hall at like 7 o'clock, where like I can sit there till 9 and just like enjoy the company of like, because running just bonds you like that. Like, yeah, we all just went through that. Now we're all together and like we've had a long day, but like here we are. So I don't know. Like we wouldn't, like I wouldn't trade that for the world. And I know like, and I'm glad that that's what you guys think, because like
it's every sports team.
Yeah, and like that just shows you how like how much like these teams really do enjoy their company. So there's something to that for sure.
Who in your family has been your biggest support system? You've mentioned your brother and both your parents. Is there one that definitely sticks out to you?
Definitely both my parents, because they always just let they let me do what I wanted, like to an extent. Like when I told them I was always a baseball guy, like, but then when I eventually told them like I want to run track, like they were surprised, but like they understood that like that was a decision that I knew I was capable of making, and like they were okay with it. They didn't give me a hard time. Like it's no secret they love baseball more than they love running. They're baseball parents. They didn't have like, they knew that that's what I wanted to do, and they had no argument with me for it. But I just remember during COVID, my dad told me there's really no reason you shouldn't be running right now. And I was like, oh, but I've been hitting off the tee into the net all day. And my dad's like, yeah, you can still do both. And it was the first time somebody like told me something like that straight up, that like told me something that I didn't necessarily want to hear, but something that could make me better. And so I did. That was like the first time that I really ran every day, not at practice. And during that break, and that's what got me into it. Like all of a sudden I was running like 6 miles a day and just like doing it, like starting to run faster, starting to see some results versus just showing up to practice and then getting thrown in races and hoping I get there eventually. So yeah, that sophomore year ended up being a pretty big jump for me. And then I continued to carry it through junior year, and then I was just all the way bought in by senior year. But yeah, I mean, if my dad doesn't make that comment, and I'm sure my mom thought the same thing as well, like, yeah, I don't think I get to this point. And they're very supportive. They traveled to the last 2 meets just on day trips. Like I literally ran the 800 last week. That's a 2-minute race. They drive all the way from Binghamton to Rochester, so I don't know, 2.5 hours. It's cold, it's raining. Watch me run a race that takes 2 minutes, go back home. So that does mean something. And
that's what parents do.
Yeah, but no, that means something, and it's really nice that they do that, and that they're just, it's just hard to believe that there's nothing better to do, but it means a lot.
It all goes back to the point of everything happens for a reason. Had your dad not said that to you that day, you don't know where you'd be.
Who knows?
COVID was a weird time, freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
Outside of running, you told me you loved playing the guitar. How did you get into that?
So I got my guitar for Christmas this year. So like I wanted to get into it. I was like, I wanted another hobby. It was like a weird time where I was like,
something to do.
I don't do much like outside of running. And so like my dad and his whole side of the family they're big music family. Like my dad used to play guitar at the Binghamton University church. So he his guitars they're all laying around downstairs like nicely. But so I was like, I want a guitar, like I want to learn how to play. Yeah, like this winter break I got this subscription to like Ultimate Guitar. And so I watched some video lessons for like a week, figured out the chords, and then eventually I started like figuring out the rhythm, and then like just found some songs that I know and like that I wanted to learn how to play. And then I just play, like it's nothing too serious.
What teams and sports do you find yourself following and just turning on?
All right, well, I'm a New York sports fan, so the Knicks blew a 14-point lead last night. You can ask my roommates, that was not a good scene. So watching CJ McCollum hit a step back mid-range in the corner, no, not good. But other than that, I'm also a big Mets fan, which 11 losses in a row isn't great. So
damn it.
Yeah, like I'm like passionate about this. Like my roommates all hear it all the time, but and then the Islanders as well. They had a good season. They had a good season. I'm not too mad, but I enjoy like at the end of the day just throwing those games on because like that was something with my family. Like
Yeah.
we'd all watch the games together. So like I'll just throw those games on and then like start texting my parents. It's like old times, like almost like for old time's sake. So I enjoy watching it. Go Knicks! I think they'll turn it around, and then I don't know. The Mets might be done, but it is what it is.
I guess the make or break question off of that is what's your NFL team?
Oh, the Giants.
Oh, come on.
I'm a Giants fan. I don't mind the Bills. I had a lot of fun at a Bills game. I went to Sunday Night Football when they lost to the Patriots, but I have a lot of respect for the Bills Mafia after that. I thought they were annoying for a while, but then I went to that game and I realized their house is in the middle of like a neighborhood, or their stadium's in the middle of a neighborhood. The whole area is like, it's like you're near it's almost like Disney World, but just Bills. And I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
So
it is cool.
Yeah, and I'm sad they're leaving that stadium. Like I kind of fell in love with that place. We had like the cheapest seats and we were still right there.
Looking back to your freshman year with the Bonnies, what has been the biggest change you've seen in yourself?
I'd say just the biggest change. A lot's changed. I understand a lot more the importance of being balanced. Like I kind of realized that like by my senior year of high school, like I wanted my whole identity to be as a runner. Sure, I was still a good teammate, and like I wanted everybody to experience that, and like I did the best I could, like all the time. Like I like part of being a good runner is being a good teammate, in my opinion. I know a lot of people think that once they get so good, they can just kind of act however they want.
No.
I've never
No.
felt that, and really there isn't anyone on this team who does that either. So at the same time, I realized like I'm in college. Like you are pursuing a degree. Like you are around like a community that is so unique for such a short period of time.
Yeah.
And there's so much more you have to experience like as a student athlete than just your competitions. And so like I've kind of like had this understanding that it was like, oh, I'm just gonna grind. Like I'm just gonna like get my homework done, then just grind my running, and then like do nothing else. Like you hear about like the stories of Kobe and Jordan doing that, and it's like, oh yeah, like that's gonna be me. But at the same time, you kind of realize like that's not, for me, that was just not a fulfilling way of going about being like at Bonaventure at all. You have to appreciate like this team for what it is. You have to appreciate it for like the people, just like the opportunity to just be in the shape that I'm in, like to have access to the resources. Like you have to take a step back and just be grateful for that, which I kind of went in with the mentality like, oh, I've earned all this. Like I've earned it. I'm happy for it. But like, yeah, like I didn't realize how much goes into me being able to just run at a race, and like everything that they're like the coaches, all of our staff is putting into it. I just think I have such an increased sense of gratitude for everyone who made that possible.
Being here for school and being a public health major, what are you looking to do with that degree when all is said and all is done?
I'm gonna go get a master's degree.
Oh, are you gonna stay or are you gonna go?
No, I won't be here because the MPH program, I believe they're not having it for a few more years. Like it's gonna come back, but this last cohort's like the last one for a little bit. So yeah, I'll have to go somewhere else. I'm not sure yet. I have like a lot of interest. Like I have interest in health policy. I think where I'm gonna go is more like the research or epidemiology field, which I don't know if anyone's here is gonna know what that means.
You can explain it if you want to.
It's just like basically gathering data on health problems, long story short, and like identifying trends and then assessing data and then like publishing research that explains what's going on. And then I like health policy because health policy is how you act on it. So I think kind of what I'm thinking is if I start off in epidemiology research, kind of have a rationale for like find something that like gives rationale for like health policy, eventually transitioning into that. I've always been good with math, so, and I really care about like health's been really important to me. I've found that just public health's the best of both worlds, and there's a lot of opportunity there.
What would be the dream job? Probably running for the rest of your life. But
the dream, not even.
No?
The dream job, I really am passionate about public health.
Really?
Like, I know, yeah, like I would.
Most people look at me and tell me if they could play forever, they would.
I'll still be running, but like I can run on top of this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't like if running
There'll
became
never be a world where you can't run.
Yeah, and also like if running became a job, I don't know if I necessarily like that because that's like the balance is gone at that point for me. Nah, like the dream job, there's like a lot. I guess like a higher up role with like the NIH, like the National Institutes of Health or CDC would be pretty cool.
Coming up on your senior year, what are you looking forward to the most and what is a little bittersweet?
Senior year, I don't know. I'd be lying if I said I was prepared to be a senior.
You're preaching to the choir.
But I am excited just to continue to be like a good voice for the team. I think that's a role I've adopted this season and I can really continue to do next season. Like I'm not a captain, but that's kind of allowed me to more like have more, I feel like it's allowed me to like personally talk to people, tell them what I really think at times and like just like reason with them, have these conversations that like don't involve the coach, don't involve the captains. And I feel like if I could just continue to do that, kind of be like almost like a niche voice on the team, like what, like just say what I think and just continue to like get people to believe in themselves and give like different perspectives also than the typical like captain speech, like this is what we need to do, good job with this. Because they're doing their jobs and our captains do a great job. But at the same time, like somebody like me can kind of say what they might not want to. And I think I do well in that role. So I guess like being a senior, just continuing to do that, continuing to, I guess, just promote what we're about.
My final question for you, if you could give advice to incoming freshman runners, what would it be?
Be patient. Be patient. Freshman year is hard. There's no way around it. Pretty much everyone's going to experience some less than optimal result, time period. Like there's going to be a struggle. I felt it my freshman year. I came in. I was the 5th guy on the team at the 5K. I haven't been a 5th guy in cross country since then. And that's okay. Like I came in, I ran a good 5K to open up at Little 3. I ran a good 8K the next week. And then that freshman year was just that rest of that cross country season, I was beat. I trained really hard over the summer. And then just like the school stress, the schedule here, like it was just a lot. And I was like I had more free time than ever, but at the same time, I always had something to do. Mm-hmm. And so I couldn't you got to figure out what works for you. And whether that be like, just like doing extra cross training, not doing extra, there's just so much that goes into it that only time can tell what really works. And so just sticking to what coach is telling you to do, even though you may not understand it, I think that's the most important thing. And it's hard. Like you come in and stuff worked for you in high school and you want to keep doing it.
And it's not the same anymore.
No, and look, this is a whole different animal. Like you're kind of like your freshman year, you're coming around for something bigger. It is we don't come into cross country season expecting freshmen to like really give us any crazy scoring like at conferences or whatnot. So we just want them to come in, just have fun, just learn. That's the most important thing. Just learn what we're doing, learn like what works for you, and just have fun with it. Don't stress about it. Just do your best. That's it.
Well, thank you for coming on this episode of Off the Clock. We really enjoyed having you, and you had wonderful answers. And stay tuned for new episodes that drop every Friday. And have a good night, guys.
Thanks.